Hello, everybody. It's your friendly neighborhood, Sam Ruddock, Inspire Plus ambassador. I hope you're all doing well. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whether you're at school or whether you're at home. It's a pleasure to be with you in the room, even though we're not actually together. We're doing things a little bit differently, as you know how things are going. We're on the computer, we're on the laptop, we're on the iPad, we're on our devices a lot because this is the way we can communicate in this day and age at the moment with things we're going through. But it's still going to be a lot of fun. We're going to find out a bit more about you, see how you're feeling, see how you're doing, and play a few games. If you are a teacher, a guardian, or a parent and you're watching this, do have fun, jump in, come along for the ride. At any point, you can pause this video and you can get along with the games and participate and give everybody in the room a chance to think about what I'm asking you, have some fun and play those games, so you can pause and play at any time. So this is a very, very, very short video. It's not very long. It's not the typical length for one of our assemblies. It won't take very long at all. But all you have to do is pause and play, and we can run things like that. So I hope you're all doing okay. I hope you're all doing well. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a yeah. Wakanda forever. It's really, really good to see you all. I'm really glad that we can have this chat. So sit down, be comfortable, and we'll roll with the show. So give me a second while I share my screen content, and we will continue with our scheduled programming. So we have now gone into presenter mode. So you should be able to see a slide with my wonderful back on it at one of our fantastic events, which hopefully could go ahead this year if things clear up well. The Mini Olympics. Now, I know lots of you were involved in the Mini Olympics or are to be involved in the Mini Olympics, and it's going to be one of the biggest Mini Olympics we will ever have when it finally comes back. So let's give you a bit of an update as to what's happening with all of us at Inspire Plus. Well, obviously, we are still working incredibly hard to make sure that we engage with you all and that we're working with everybody, your teachers, your parents, to ensure that you guys are having the most fun that you can have given the circumstances and given the situation that we're in. It's about having fun. It's about being healthy, being happy, and being active as much as possible wherever you are. And so we're online very much. Hopefully, some of you will have seen our live videos that are going out every single day, 2 live videos each day, something different for everybody to take part in, and we've really enjoyed creating that content for you guys. We also are still engaging with you with mentoring. We're doing everything we can to make sure that we're there for you and helping us all through what has been a very difficult time. For me, when we talk about what's happening with the Paralympic Games, well, most people know by now that the Games have been postponed. We would have been competing in Tokyo last year, 2020. Can you believe that year's gone? Where has that year gone? We moved everything to this year. So Tokyo 2020 will actually take place in Tokyo 2021. And we're preparing as best as we can in the cycling team to be ready for that event when it comes. Training is going really, really well. I'm enjoying it. There are some really horrible sessions in there that make me want to cry, but it's going to make sure that when we come down to competition, we're going to be in the best shape we can possibly be in. So things are going well in that regard, even though we've postponed things. But I thought, why not? Let's take everybody on the journey with us. So you're going to all come with me. Do you want to come with me to Tokyo? Yeah, I thought you might. So let's see how far we're actually going to travel. So if we were to fly from London Heathrow, which is the biggest airport in the country, we wanted to go just a smidgen, just a small bit of the way. We'd go to Paris. Paris is the capital city in France. We would travel 200 miles, just over 200 miles, and it would take us an hour to get there on the plane. We're nice and comfortable. We've got all the suites. We've got all the drinks. We've got all the films. We can do whatever we want on it's our plane, and we're traveling to Tokyo. But here's my question to you. If it takes us this long and we're traveling this far, and that's only a bit of the way, how long do you think it's going to take? And how far are we traveling if we're going just halfway? We want to get to Tokyo, which is all the way on the other side of the world. But if we're going just halfway, how long are we traveling and how far are we going to go? Pause it. Have a chat amongst yourselves. See what you think. See what your best guess is. Now, if you're coming back, this is the correct answer. It's 51. It's 51, not 51. I can't read. It's 41. It's 4191. 4,191 miles and just over 8 hours and 26 minutes, just under 8 hours, just under 8.5 hours. But say we want to go all the way. This is the entire distance from London to Tokyo. So what's the answer? What do you think the total distance is? What's the total distance we're going to travel, and how far are we traveling, and how long is it going to take? Have a think. And this is the correct answer. Just under 6,000 miles and 11 hours and 48 minutes of time. Think how many films, how many sweets, how many meals and drinks you can have in that time. That's half a day of flying. That's so long, but it would be so much fun. So come with me to Tokyo. We'll have the best time. So most of you know, I hope most of you know, that before I got to this point in my career, I had already competed at 2 Paralympic Games. The first was in London 2012, when I was chased by men dressed as bananas. And the second time around, when I decided I was going to be a pirate and throw cannonballs into sand at Rio 2016. So I competed in 2 disciplines in the same sport, track and field athletics, the 100 and the 200 meters, and throwing the shot put. Those 2 events were the events that I competed in at 2 Paralympic Games. But we all have to start somewhere, don't we? So here's an introduction for some of you, and for some of you, a bit of a recap. Some of you might know this story quite well. So when I was born with my disability. I was born with my disability, which is called cerebral palsy, and that's what makes me a Paralympian. I can't compete in the Olympics because of my cerebral palsy, so I have to compete as a Paralympian. And my cerebral palsy is a condition that makes my muscles very weak. They don't move as well as yours do. They move a little bit slower. I stumble around a lot. I walk funny. I look different to everybody else. And because it affects my muscles, it makes them really tight. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. But I've had to work really hard, especially when I was small. I had lots of physio in the NHS and lots of work with child development nurses to make me have stronger legs, to help me to walk better. But when I was at school, me and my brother and I, we were very keen to get involved in games and be involved in sport. Even though I did things differently, it didn't stop me from getting involved. And I had a lot of inspiration on film and in television when I was growing up at school and when I was the age you are. So I'm going to share a few of those things with you now and see if you can recognize anything that you know and things that you've seen before. So, inspiration number 1, the Power Rangers. Obviously, I wanted a group of friends that were just like the Rangers. They were strong, they were tough, and they had each other's backs, and they were just amazing to me because I did get bullied quite a lot at school because of the way that I was and because I was different. So all I really wanted was a group of friends that didn't pick on me. I wanted a group of friends that were like the Rangers. A second inspiration is a film called Space Jam. This is a film about basketball, and it involves a man called Michael Jordan, who everybody considers to be the greatest to ever play the game of basketball. And he teams up with Bugs Bunny and the Looney Tunes, and they play a game of basketball against aliens for the world. It's amazing. It's so much fun. Guys, you would love it. That's your homework today from me. Your homework from me to you. Watch the film Space Jam. You will love it. Now, you should all know who this is. This is Maui, the demigod. Everybody knows who Maui is. What can I say except you're welcome? Everyone knows that song and everyone knows Maui, but it's not necessarily Maui that inspired me. It was the man who gave Maui his voice, who gave Maui his spirit, and that is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now, before Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was a mega movie star in Hollywood, he was, of course, a professional wrestler, laying the smackdown on all the people that tried to go against him. He was the trash-talking, jabroni-beating, pie-eating, eyebrow-raising, trailblazing people's champion. And I wanted to be just like him. In fact, I still want to be just like him. And why wouldn't you want to be like him? Look at him. He's amazing. So he was an inspiration to me. But he also helped me understand that if you get knocked down, if someone else knocks you down, if you fall over, if you stumble, if you make a mistake, you have to get back up and try again. Because if you get back up and try again, you're giving yourself a chance to move forward. And we should all do our best to try and move forward with whatever is happening in life. And I learned that from The Rock. So how do we prepare ourselves for the future? given that I've done everything that I've done, going from school to university to the Paralympic Games to working with you guys with Inspire Plus, that took a lot of preparation. That took a lot of time. That took a lot of dedication. That took a lot of work. But how do you prepare for something when you're not sure what's around the corner? How do you prepare for the death of the king? Hands up if you've seen The Lion King. I love it. It's one of my favorite films. I love The Lion King. And if you know The Lion King, you'll know that Scar sings a song about being prepared when he's telling the hyenas to prepare for the death of Mufasa. And I thought to myself, well, how do we prepare when the future is so uncertain and we don't know what's around the corner? How can we prepare ourselves for something that we don't know about? Well, it's still important to be ready. It's still important to take care of ourselves. It's still important to remember the things that we can control rather than things that we can't control. So this is what I think is the most important thing. I'm focusing on a goal. I have a goal in the future for me to focus on. So it's important for you to focus on a goal for yourself. What's the goal that you have for the future? Even though it might not seem very obvious, even though it might not be very easy to set a goal, it's now a good time to think about, what do I want to do? What do I want to achieve? And most importantly, what should I prepare to achieve that goal? Well, these are the three things that I think we need to prepare when we're working to achieve our goal. We need to prepare the heart, we need to prepare the body, and we need to prepare the mind. So these are the three things that we have to prepare. So my question to you is, my friends, and feel free to pause the video at any point to let this discussion happen and talk with yourselves and see what you think the right answers are. What things do we do to prepare our hearts? And if I ask the question in a different way, you'll understand what I'm asking you to do. Who are the people that help you, guide you, care for you, love you, and prepare you to make sure you can be the best that you can be when you wake up in the morning and start your day? Who are these people, and why are they important to you? Pause the assembly and see what you think. Welcome back. And I'm here to give you the correct answers. Well, not really correct answers. Any answer is a good answer, but these are the three things that I think are the most important to us: family, friends, and mentors or teachers. So well done if you said any of these three things about the people that help us, care for us, and love us. It's family, friends, and mentors. Mentors give us guidance, they give us knowledge, and friends are there for us when we need them the most, but also a family. Family are always there for us, no matter what happens. Family are always there. And family can be friends, and friends can be family. Now, whether you're at home or whether you're at school, you are all part of one group. When you're at school, you're all together. That's one big family. And this group of people, these groups of people, are all part of the same team. They're all there on the same team. They're all there on your team. They're there to help you. Now, just because they're all part of one big team, do not underestimate, do not forget, remember, no matter how small you are part of someone else's team. You are an important member of someone else's team. You help someone else fill their heart and prepare their heart for the future. You have a huge, huge, massive role to play in someone else's team. So please remember that with whatever you do. Yes, there are people helping to support you, but you are also part of someone else's team. And it's important to remember that. Now, it's time to play a game. So today's game is called Spot the Difference. It's very easy. All you have to do is look at the photo. Look at it closely. It will change in roughly 10 seconds. And after those 10 seconds, you'll see 5 differences. See if you can spot all 5. 5 differences to spot. The photo will change. And there you go. 5 things have changed. See if you can spot them all. I'll give you 10 seconds. And we'll flick back for 10, 5 differences to spot. This is Maddie Hinch, by the way. Maddie Hinch is the goalkeeper for England and Great Britain, the women's hockey team that won the gold medal in Rio. And we'll flick again. 10 more seconds. Have you spotted all 5? Okay. Pause the assembly if you need to. You can run that back and play with it a bit more, but I'm going to reveal the answers to you. So, first difference, the hockey stick that was here, difference number 1. Difference number 2, Maddie's shoe, that was white. The eye in the Rio, the eye dot here, difference number 3, that's missing. There was a ball here, remember the ball that was there? That's difference number 4. And difference number 5, it's the oboe logo that was here on Maddie's forearm guard. So here's the reveal. Everything's come back. Dot on the eye, ball, logo here, bottom of Maddie's shoe, and this half of her hockey stick. So well done if you got any of those differences, and amazing work if you got all 5. So we're moving now to the body. The second part of our preparations. So what is it that we do? What do we do with ourselves to help us prepare our body, make it strong, make it robust, and make sure it's ready for the day ahead? What are the things that we do with our bodies to help them get ready for the future? Again, pause and have a chat. Welcome back. If you have paused the video and you are back in the room with us, let's see if what I have for you is anything like you've been speaking about with yourselves, whether you're at home or whether you're at school. So I believe the most important things are exercise, food, of course, very important, and rest. Well done if you spoke about sleep, rest, or napping. The body needs to recover. When it's been doing all it does throughout the entire day, exercising, thinking, doing, it needs that time to rest and recover. And rest and recovery is an important part of the body's preparation. Eating the right food is also really, really important. Healthy fruits, vegetables, wholesome foods. Everybody loves a little bit of this that you shouldn't eat every now and then. Those things are good for the soul. Cake, chocolate, sweets, McDonald's, all those things. Those things are good for the soul sometimes, but you can't eat them all the time. Your food, your diet and your nutrition should be full of green things and healthy things, because that's what your body needs. Think of your body like a car. Think of it as a car that needs good fuel. If you put fuel that isn't so great in a car, it doesn't run as fast as it should. So you need to put premium fuel, the good stuff, in your car. And exercising is crucial. Without exercise, your body cannot be healthy. It can't feel good. So whether it's something as simple as stretching, or whether you're going out on your bike or going for a walk, or you're doing a little workout with us, with Inspire Plus on our live sessions, any exercise, at least once a day, is perfect for you and your preparations for the body. So, are you ready for round 2? Round 2 of Spot the Difference. So this is Zoe Smith. She's a weightlifter. She's a strong lady. And again, 5 differences will change about this photo in 10 seconds. See if you can spot them all. 5 in total. Are you ready? The photo has changed, and there are 5 differences to spot. I'll give you 20 seconds before we go back to the original photo, just to give you a bit of help. Here we go. We'll flick back. You have 10 seconds before we flick back to the difference. Here we go. Again, feel free to pause at any time if you feel you need a little bit more help. So it's time to reveal the answers. If you're ready, we're going to reveal the answers to this Spot the Difference. So the very first difference was Zoe's number here. So the number that was here on her hip, difference number 1. Difference number 2, the stripes on her shoes disappeared. Down here, difference number 3, the colour of the logo on the floor, the Commonwealth Games logo on the floor, that was blue, and it changed to yellow. There you go. That's the original photo. Up here, the plate had markings on it, saying it was a 5-kilogram plate. That disappeared too. Well done if you spotted that. And last but not least, there's a little piece of metal here. That's the locking mechanism which keeps all of the weight on the bar so it doesn't fall off on your head. There we go. That was difference number 5. Well done if you've got any of those differences. And again, amazing work, team, if you found all 5. If you found all 5, you've done very well, because not a lot of people find all 5 in that photo. So, the very last part of the body, the very last piece of the puzzle that we have to prepare is arguably the most important, and that is the brain. So, what things do we do? What things do we do to prepare the brain for the future? What things do we do to help our minds be healthy, to help our minds be strong? Some would say it's just like magic. So, pause the assembly, pause the video, have a chat with yourselves, have a chat by yourself, ask your mum, ask your dad, ask your brother, your auntie, your grandma, your granddad, ask your dog, what do you do to train your brain? Welcome back. If you're back, you've joined us once again, and we were speaking about how do we prepare the brain for the future? What things do we do to help keep our minds healthy? Now, I have 3 answers. There's no right or wrong answer. There really isn't. Everybody has an opinion, and everybody's entitled to it, and everybody should talk about it. This is what's really good for us, is when we talk, we share our opinions, everybody listens, and we have a good, honest, and happy discussion about the things we think that are important to us when we train our brain and make it strong and make it resilient. If the brain is resilient, if we are resilient people, we bounce back. When things go wrong, we bounce back. Or we can cope with the things that make us feel stressed, the things that make us feel anxious, or the things that make us feel upset. We can cope with them better because our brains are stronger. And these are the top answers. These are top answers that I think are the most important to me. So, those answers are relating, relaxing, and reflecting. So it's important to relate, relax, and reflect. The 3 R's, 3 R's. So when we relate to other people, what we do is we put ourselves in their shoes. If you've heard that phrase before, put yourself in their shoes. How would you feel? This is what I'm asking you to do. Whenever you speak to someone, whenever you do something for them, before you speak and before you act with anybody else, have a little think. Just take a moment to pause, stop, and have a little wonder to yourself. How are they feeling? Or how would they feel if I did this thing for them? Or if I said this thing to them? The more we relate to each other, the more we empathize, the better our relationships will be, and the better we will feel about how others feel about us. So relating is really, really, really important to helping relationships grow stronger. And when relationships go stronger, we feel happier. So when we're happier, the brain is healthier. So relating is very important. Nobody ever talks about relaxing. Really, it's just chilling out. So what is it that you do when you're not working, when you're not doing hard work, when you're not doing your homework, any home learning, any revising? When you're not doing that, what are you doing? Are you playing games like me? I love my PlayStation. Are you reading books? Are you listening to music? Are you drawing? Are you painting? Are you exercising? Are you knitting? Are you cooking? What is it you like to do to help you relax? Relaxing is so, so important to this part of the puzzle. And lastly, it's important to reflect. 2020 went by so quickly. It almost disappeared in a flash. And it was a very difficult year for a lot of us. And I think it's important that we reflect and we look back. We look back on that year and we look at the things that actually we had some successes. Some things might have gone really well. They might have been the smallest things. They might have been the smallest things that seem insignificant to somebody else. But you might look back on the year and think, there are some things that I achieved in 2020 that I was really happy about. And we should celebrate those things. Yes, we should, because that makes us feel good. But it's also important to look back at the things that didn't go so well. Now, it's very easy to say, well, Sam, the year as a whole didn't go well for me at all. I felt so out of control. I didn't feel like I had any control over what was going on. Well, it's important to remember, team, that even though sometimes we don't have control over things, that is a fact of life. And we have to focus on the things that we can control. We have to influence the things that we do have the power to change. And that's looking after each other. That's taking care of ourselves. That's being as reflectful and relatable as possible. So it's important for us to focus on the things that we can control. And that's something you should remember as we go through the next couple of months. Don't get upset. Don't get frustrated about the things that you can't control. Relax and focus on the things that you can control. And that is totally within your power. I promise you. So remember, always be prepared. Prepare your heart. Prepare your body. Prepare your brain. You never know what's coming around the corner. We have no idea what's coming in the future. But whatever it is, and whenever it happens, we will be ready because we're prepared. Okay, team? So don't forget that. It's important. I hope you have enjoyed our very short but very fun, short and sweet assembly. So thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk with you. I hope you're all doing okay. I hope you're fine. Give someone a hug. If there's someone near you that you know and you love, whether they're a friend, a family member, or even a pet, or something stuffed, you know, like Shere Khan here, give them a hug. Hugs are really important. Give them a hug. I hope to see you all very soon. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you all soon.